Welcome to the 38th episode of Democracy at the Crossroads. Exactly a week ago, last Wednesday, 13th December, on the 22nd anniversary of the 2001 terrorist attack on our parliament, a breach in the security of parliament took place. This has become the topic of intense war of words between the government and the opposition, both within the parliament and outside. The conduct of the government during the last 7 days has left much to be desired. I would argue that the BJP's High Command, the Narendra Modi and Amit Shah need to learn the art of leadership from their own erstwhile leaders, Atal Bihari Vajpayee and Lal Krishna Advani. See this. Two youngsters enter parliament on a visitor's pass, jump from visitors' gallery and release colored gas from canisters inside the parliament hall while the session was on. They did all this defying the supposedly foolproof security protocol that the BJP government claims to have given to protect the whole country, and certainly the most hallowed presence, that of Parliament. After all, an attack on Parliament tantamount to an attack on the nation. It shows the utter incompetence on the part of our government that the two amateur young men could breach it so easily. But then it's just not an incompetent government, it's a timid government as well. Remember, after the 2001 attack on Parliament, the then Home Minister Lal Krishna Advani came on the floor of Parliament and gave a detailed statement. Even the then Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee addressed the Parliament and made an inspiring speech to rally the entire opposition in the united fight against the terrorist menace. But look this time. The Home Minister didn't show up in Parliament. Prime Minister, as usual, was missing from Parliament. When the opposition members demanded a statement from Home Minister or Prime Minister in Parliament on this issue, they were suspended. Mind you, 141 members of the opposition parties have been suspended so far. And what crime? For demanding a statement from the Home Minister. The truth is, the government wants to ram through the bills in Parliament without any opposition. That shows the timidity of the current leadership. Vajpayee and Advani were courageous leaders who accepted responsibilities and challenges head-on and took the opposition along in a national fight. Narendra Modi, Amit Shah need to learn the art and science of responsible national leadership from Vajpayee and Advani, their own leaders. Now I come to the second aspect of the discussion today. It was a BJP MP, Pratap Simha, a Hindu, who recommended passes to the two accused. Imagine what would have happened as Rajdeep Sardesai, a senior TV anchor, had tweeted the other day. If the pass issuing MP would have been a Muslim, that too from the opposition party, like Asaduddin Owaisi or a Danish Ali, what would have happened? All hell would have broken loose. The ruling party MPs would have promptly moved to suspend and even expel the concerned MP as the enemy of the nation. But because it is Pratap Sinha, who is a member of the ruling BJP, he is being treated with kid glove. Pratap Sinha is roaming free. He has not been suspended, let alone expelled. Extend the same logic further. Had the 5 accused in the last Wednesday breach not been Sagar Sharma, D. Manoranjan, Amol Shinde, Neelam Raja and Lalit Jha, had these 5 accused been names like some Khan, some Yanush, some Rashid, some Muhammad, some Jaida, the large section of the supporters of the ruling dispensation would have raised the accusing finger at the Muslim community. These are Desdrohis, Gaddars, go to Pakistan slogan would have rent the air. But now that all the protesters are Hindus, the polarizing leadership and their bigoted supporters would like to characterize these protesters as urban Naxals, a name given to mostly Hindus who are critics of this authoritarian regime. This is the true character of an authoritarian establishment. I now come to the third premise of the discussion today. The attack on Parliament on December 13, 2001 was a truly terrorist attack. 5 Pakistan-trained terrorists of Jaish-e-Mohammed and Lashkar-e-Taiba had attacked our Parliament. That suicide squad was armed with Kalashnikov rifles, grenades in their backpacks. Their intent was clear: to kill India's political leadership. The attack was foiled, but in the process, 6 security personnel and a civilian died, and scores of them were injured. Contrast this with the security breach on last Wednesday, 13th. 2 people entered the Parliament premises, 2 or 3 others stayed outside. They had no guns, no revolvers, no firearms, no grenades, no knives, not even lathis. All that they were armed with were some pamphlets and a few colored gas canisters. Mind you, it was not poisonous gas. It was just a colored gas that you spray on festive occasions. This is meant for creating hype. The intent of these 5 was not to harm anyone. As a result, no one suffered even any minor injury by this security breach, let alone anyone died. The 5 young people, including a young woman, did not run away after staging the dramatic protest. They stayed put and were duly arrested. The fact is, these 5 accused of last Wednesday's security breach are not terrorists. They are unemployed youths who wanted to give vent to their frustration through a mix of tactics adopted from 2 inspiring figures, Bhagat Singh and Mahatma Gandhi. Manifestly, they wanted to emulate Bhagat Singh's idea of rebellion, storm the parliament to make the powers that be to hear the victim's voice. But unlike Bhagat Singh, they didn't want to kill to send the message across. They chose to follow the Gandhian path, the path of non-violence. Their mission was to do the protest dramatically the way Bhagat Singh did, but the means they adopted was the non-violent way, following the Gandhian path. In fact, the government has reasons to be grateful to these young protesters. They pointed to the chink in the security apparatus around Parliament. Mind you, had any real terrorist or terrorists taken advantage of their shortcomings in Parliament security, so many of our parliamentarians would have been dead that day or any other day. By pointing to the holes in the security system, these protesters have done a human service to this nation. The government can now mend the glaring gaps, the gaping holes, and tighten the security environment around our parliament. These youngsters are thus the whistleblowers. They should be rewarded for giving the government a wake-up call. It will be a travesty if they are punished under the draconian terrorist laws.